Alright, so I just wanted to share with you guys how I trained my cup without equipment in the beginning. No handles, no pulley system, and it worked really well for me. I watched Devin Laird's video with his dumbbells and his PVC pipe and all that kind of stuff, and it, got me thinking in my head how I could, replicate that, but in my own way. Because, I don't know, really didn't want to spend that much money. So I went to same went to DePaul, the local thrift store, picked up some cheap weights there, 50 cents a piece, I got some 5s, I got some 10s, enough stuff to where I could add on weight if I needed to, or, interchange the weights and all that kind of stuff. And at first, when I got the dumbbell bars, I got this piece of shit. It's okay, but my big ass hands, trying to do wrist curls with this, the weights were rubbing against my hands, and with these cheap plastic weights that I had to get, because, they're cheaper, they take up a lot of space on the bar. You can only fit so much on there, and then you're maxed out. So I had to try and find bigger ones. These guys right here I got off Amazon, a little bit longer, and they got these screw-on caps, which are awesome because they've got this ridge here on the inside, right there, and it fits. If you put it on backwards, it fits the 2-inch hold weights. Here, hold on. Here, I'll just use a smaller one for example. So 2.5 here. See the big hole though, right? Rather than say that small one, right? So it could fit both. Say this is a 25, right? Boom, you put this on first. Look at that. It moves around a little bit, but it's not going to be like this, clanking around. So you put that on there. That on there. Tighten it down. Boom. And then this would be a 25, right? So you'd have your big 25 weight here on either side. Then you can add your weight accordingly. Anyways, but what I actually used for the grip wise was I used this Alpha grip at first, and I thought in my head that I'm probably not always going to be pulling somebody with this small of a hand, and I got pretty huge hands, so I wanted to train to be able to pull people with big hands too. And I think, eventually I'll probably move up a weight class, so I kind of want to be prepared for that. So, like I was saying, that PVC pipe thing, right? I work in a wood shop, so in the shipping department, we have shrink wrap, and we wrap pallets. And when it's empty, it's got one of these inside of it. Pretty thick. You would have to put a lot of force down to get that to bend in. It's just really thick cardboard. But so what I did was I took my big old weights here. Boom, these 20s that I got with that cheap ass fucking dumbbell bar. Put them like so, and then measure in between here, which is about 5 1/4. So you take the thing, measure 5 1/4, make your cut, blah blah. And this is what you'd have afterwards, obviously. But now, when I used it, I left the Alpha grip on because when I didn't, it was just free balling it on the bar, and it just felt weird. It was all wobbly, it wasn't too stable. So leaving the Alpha grip on there gives the, whatever you want to call this, another grip, fucking something to roll on, right? So it's not flopping around. Then put this up to it. Alright, tighten the things on. And yeah, it takes a little bit, but I think it's worth it. And you leave it a little loose, right? If you leave it too tight, I mean, you can if you want, it's preference. This is what I chose to do. I like it a little loose so it's like a rolling handle. But I mean, it works either way. You can leave it tight. And you can do wrist curls like this. Or let it hang off like this. But see, if you loosen it a little bit, and now rolls, that's how I like to do it. And I did this forever. This was my favorite thing to do. I did this every single day. So thank you, Devin. It's a really good idea, man. Yeah, I mean, in this way, you know, you can acquire something like that pretty cheap. I mean, I got it for free. If you work at a wood shop, you can get this stuff pretty easily. I just figured I'd share what I did and what worked for me. Yeah.